Hello, future Scenty directors, and welcome to week 14 of our Scentaholic Leadership Program, our first ever Scentaholic Leadership Program that you guys are part of, and paving the way for many generations in your team and our entire Scentaholic team. So congratulations! I'm so glad that you guys are part of that, and we've only got a few more weeks left of this program, so we're getting really close to the end. Thanks to all of you for your participation so far. And I know that there are a lot of people are got some obligations going on and haven't been able to complete the program, or they're disengaged right now. But all of you that are left, and thanks for being 100% committed and for the remainder of our leadership program, because I know that I am 100% committed to helping each of you succeed. And I'm looking forward to it. So, and you all mean so much to me, and I'm so blessed that you all chose to participate in this leadership program. So thank you for committing your time in your business and running your business, especially when life gets crazy, which I know it does for all of us, especially this time of year with end of the school year project. So thanks for being here, you guys. And I hope you all enjoyed last week's challenge of getting organized and structuring your calendars. As you guys talked about last week, organization and time management has probably been one of my biggest challenges in this business. So last week's chapter really spoke to me. And to be real with you guys, I really work and struggle every day on getting organized. So I try to make a to-do list every single night before I go to bed. And but I wanted to share a tip that another director shared with me recently that's really working well for me. So for those of you who are real visual like me, I hope you guys might get something out of this too. But what she does is she takes a Post-it note like this, and she just writes one to-do task on it and hangs it up in her office. She's got a wall covered in her office with just one of these. And when she completes that one to-do list, she just takes it down and throws it away, and then has the rest left. So, as you know, the goal is to make sure you can get your wall as blank as absolutely possible by the end of the week. So, anyway, I really like it. Robert's getting sick and tired of Post-it notes all over my house, but it's really working for me because I'm really visual. If I don't have it in front of me, I really tend to forget or I get distracted. So, anyway, I hope that tip will work for some of you. But let's move on to this week. This week we're going to be reading chapter 17 in our book, Be a Direct Selling Superstar. I'm loving this book. And this week we're going to be, the title of the chapter we're going to be reading, it's called Make Your Meetings Magical. The opening quote is, "Nothing has more power to help build team spirit than magical meetings." So this week we're going to be talking a little bit more about that, and then I'm going to be talking about our challenge. And this week's challenge is going to be mandatory, meaning that you've got to complete this challenge in order to officially complete this program. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end so you don't miss out. So in this chapter, Mary is talking about the acronym SPARKLE that we can use at our meetings. So this is everything we need to incorporate at our team meetings. It stands for socializing, participation, action, recognition, knowledge, laughter, and excitement. And one thing that she says in this chapter that I really like is she talks about the 80-20 rule at your meetings. If you're doing 20% of the talking and your team is doing 80%, you are achieving the perfect balance at your meeting. So remember this as you become a leader, include this rule, because participation really is the key at meetings. The more you make your team members feel empowered by including them, the better. So try to give different tasks to everyone at your meetings. This way they feel empowered and you aren't having to do the talking and doing all the planning all by yourself. And then do a group participation where people write questions or an idea on a Post-it note, and then the leaders in this program will read and answer the questions. I've heard of a leader down in Oklahoma. She does this with her team because most of her team is local. But what she does is she passes around a Post-it note like this, has everybody write a question or a comment or an idea, and puts it up on a wall. And then at the end of the meeting or presentation, she has the leaders within that group take one of the post-it note down and answer it or read it. And I thought that was a great note. So we were loving post-it notes this week. So, and another reason team meetings are so important is they make people feel like they are part of something. So this chapter was really eye-opening for me. I used to do online conference calls, as many as you know, but the participation was dwindling. So I stopped doing them. And when I lived in Seattle, we had a pretty big group up there. I don't have a very big group here in Utah with me yet. I'm working on that. But up in Seattle, we did. And we did some meetings up there. And looking back, I can see how I could have done things a little differently. So I'm glad I read this chapter going forward to know how to do things a little more effectively from here on out. I think the biggest change I should have made looking back on my meetings that I had in Seattle was having people participate. I was really trying too hard to make it into a great big production. I was trying to recreate the wheel and do something like Spring Sprint or the convention. I was really feeling I had to go way overboard, and I wasn't including people. I thought, I'm the director, I need to pull all this together, and I need to do this all by myself because I don't want to put people out. I just want them to come in and enjoy themselves. And I also spent a lot of money, went to great lengths, looking for venues at local hotel meeting rooms and things like that. But like I said, looking back, I realized people probably wanted to be included in my meetings and the participation process, and something as simple as just having everyone over to my house and having ice cream and chatting probably would have been just or more efficient. So hope you guys learned from that, and also I'm so glad you guys are reading this chapter a little earlier on in your career, so you can have more effective meetings from the get-go. So for people who attend the spring sprint and the convention meetings, or Scentsy Family Reunion as we now call it, and the weekly trainings that Scentsy does on Tuesday mornings, remember, the people that show up go up, and that is so true, and it's true for all of us. I mean, if you show up for the trainings, the meetings, if you're able to get to reunion, I mean, you really get the ideas and the energy that we all need to refuel our tank. That's why Scentsy does the Scentsy Family Reunion in July and another in January and February, because usually there are slower months, and there are months where we need our tanks refueled the most. So when you first sign up, as we all know, we have that full tank of gas, and we're so excited, and we're ready to spread that Scentsy spirit everywhere we go. But as you know, I mean, life happens. I mean, people have babies, they get married, jobs, somebody gets sick. I mean, it happens. It's just the way life goes. And what happens is people start losing their drive and their focus over a little bit of time. So that's why these meetings are so important, because it really helps pull people back in and get them refueled again. So, and then meetings really help people want to stay with you. With that being said, it's summertime, and like I said, it's hard to get people focused and pulled into your meetings. But remember, the key is consistency. However you choose to train your team, whatever works best for you, whether in person or over the phone or doing conference calls, webinars, whatever you decide, just make sure you're being consistent. Like I said, this is something that I haven't done that I'm looking back on and would like to do differently. But be consistent. Like I said, I'm so glad you guys are learning this earlier on. But if you are consistent, people will show up. And where I got this idea about being consistent from, there's a superstar director named Allison Dalkey who lives down in Oklahoma, and she's got a big group down there now, but when she first started, it was just a small little group, and she started having team meetings at her house, and the first couple of months, nobody showed up. The next couple of months after that, she had maybe 1 or 2 people show up, and but the thing was that it wasn't because her content wasn't good or anything like that. People just weren't showing up at first, but the more she stayed consistent, just kept it up, it stuck in people's mind, and the bigger her meetings got, the more people started participating, and pretty soon her house was so crowded. I mean, people were standing room only, and she eventually had to move it over to a local library just to accommodate everybody. And it wasn't that her meetings were more magical than anyone else's, or her training is better than anyone else's. She just stayed consistent, and that's what she can contributes her secret to success for. Because at these team meetings, she made people feel a part of something, and I got them refueled every month. So that is her story, and I've learned a lot from that. I hope you guys will as well. But and then keep in mind, I mean, you don't have to have big, long, drawn-out meetings. I mean, don't waste a lot of time doing these meetings. I mean, even a 15-minute phone call will work just fine. Keep them simple. Like I said, I've learned the hard way that simple is better sometimes. But whatever you do, like I said, just make sure you're being consistent with it. So with that being said, I want to move on to this week's challenge. You're probably thinking, oh no, what is she going to challenge us with this week? Since it's our big final mandatory one. But I promise that you guys are going to like this. I'm looking forward to doing this with you. So, and we're going to do it as a group together, which is going to be kind of fun, kind of an end of the leadership program, working as a group together. It's our first group project. But we're going to have a few other small challenges because the program isn't over yet. But this is going to be our big final mandatory one. So what we're going to do is we're going to be doing 2 online meetings for our entire Scentaholic team using a program called Spreecast. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, it's kind of like Skype, but we can all be on the video camera together, and people can join in, and we'll also record it for those who aren't able to attend live. So, and I want us all to learn how to use this program. I think it'll be really important for us. So even if you don't have a team or even a big team yet, that's okay. You'll still need to participate because as your team grows, you'll know how to do this kind of training. I participated in a Spreecast training before as a participant, but I've never directed one. So we're all going to be learning together on this challenge this week. So we only need one person to set up the event. So I'm going to do that part. I'm going to set up the event. I'm going to set up the Spreecast and do all that for us. But I want you guys all to be participating. And what I need you to do first is I need you to have either a cell phone or an iPad or computer, whatever you need. You just need a webcam so you can be viewed on the camera during these 2 meetings that we're going to be doing. Most of you have webcams on your phones or computers, but if you don't, see if there's a family member or neighbor or somebody close by where you can just borrow theirs for these couple of days. And then what we need to do is set up a day and time that's going to work for all of us to do these trainings. Because I know we all live in different time zones, so let me know what works for best for you guys. Excuse me. What I want you guys to do is leave a comment under this post after you've watched this video, and just let me know what day and times work best for you, and we'll try to coordinate a time that'll work best for all of us. So when I was holding our conference calls before, as you guys remember, they were on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. I don't know if this will still work for you guys, but if it does, let's continue doing that. If not, like I said, I want to work with your schedules. So and then we need to pick these 2 dates that we're going to do this conference call. I think it'd be best if we pick a date before June 15th. This is going to be a challenge we're going to be working on for a couple of weeks here. So try to leave your comment before June 15th. And like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 online trainings, one before Scentsy Family Reunion in July next month. Well, that's coming up. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. But, and then we're going to do one after the Scentsy Family Reunion. So again, one before Scentsy Family Reunion, one after. And what I want you guys to do is pick up topic that you want to speak on that's approximately 5 to 10 minutes long. That is going to be for our training that we're going to do before Scentsy Family Reunion. Pick a topic and then plan something out that's about 5 to 10 minutes long for our Spreecast training. So again, let me explain. It was a little confusing. So we're going to be setting up 2 online Spreecast meetings, one before and after Scentsy Family Reunion. And I want you guys to leave a comment under this video and let me know what times of the day and days of the week work best for you. And so we can get these dates scheduled before June 15th. Set up a webcam on your phone or computer and pick a topic that you want to talk about that's approximately 5 to 10 minutes long. It can be anything you want. Before Scentsy Family Reunion, I want you to pick a topic that you feel you be best at training at or want to learn more about, and that way you can do the research on it to talk about it. And then after Scentsy Family Reunion, I want you guys to talk about your experience in St. Louis and what you like the most. So about that week, and talk to our groups a little more about that. So, and then also I want to talk about some ideas that we can get people involved and excited about this training. So maybe we could do something like everybody who joins in can be entered into a raffle or a drawing. I don't know, I've got a lot of talent in this group, so I want to hear your ideas and what you guys come up with. So I know this is going to be huge. It's going to be a huge learning experience for you guys, but it will be awesome, I promise. I know when I first did my first couple of team calls, I was a wreck. But I really felt accomplished and empowered when they were done. And even with these YouTube videos, I still go through it every week. So I know it's scary, but I promise it's going to be worth it for you guys, and you're going to feel so empowered when we're done here. And again, I know it's going to cause you to step way outside your comfort zones, but I promise it will be worth it when we're done. And most of all, I'm really looking forward for us all to be working as a group and working as a group with you guys on this. But before I go, I want to make a point. Whether we have 2, 20, or 50 people, however many people show up for these 2 trainings we're going to be doing, I know a lot of work goes into these trainings. Everybody puts together. When Scentsy puts together, when we're going to put together, Scentsy Family Reunion. And it can be frustrating when you put a lot of time into it and you don't have a lot of people participate. I mean, sometimes I send, when I was doing my my monthly training calls, and, I'd send a reminder out to over 300 people, and maybe 1 or 2 people show up. It was a little frustrating. But now that you guys are going to be on the other end of training, you're going to be doing it. I mean, keep in mind as trainings are offered to make sure that you are participating in them now that you understand. So again, this is mandatory. This is your final project to complete this program, and you won't graduate from this program until you participate in this training program. But I think it's going to be a fun group interaction and really fun for us all to work together. But it's our last big hurrah before the end of our program, so let's have fun with it. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Please know you can contact me anytime. I'd love to chat with you, and if I don't hear from you, I don't know you need anything. So pick up that phone or email me, text me, whatever works best for you guys. Plus, I love being able to chat and interact with you guys. So have a great week, everyone. Thanks for your participation, and I will be talking to you soon. All right, bye-bye.